Hey everybody, welcome back to Starfyre Gaming. I am Sir Joseph, and this is Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. And this is episode 124, I believe it is. We are in the flesh markets. We're about to free Greech. That's from another game. This dredge, Suture, and then there's some Asamars we're going to free as well. So let's go ahead and see what happens when we try to free dredge. The blind tiefling interpreter bows before you politely and translates his master's grumblings. Master Sarzakaskis greets you and wishes you good trading. Pointed suture. Sell me that dredge. Sarzakaskis begins to snort, spraying saliva. He babbles quickly, which causes short, uncertain pauses in the slave's speech. This dredge, like the other demons in this shipment, is set aside for Lady Shamira. Without a doubt, this lazy waste of flesh caught today in the lower city will never prove to be a useful worker. But he still belongs to his new mistress. She is a very influential person, therefore trying to deceive her would be disrespectful and dangerous. And Master Sarzakisius would never commit such a foolish act. He resents your suggestion that he is capable of doing anything of the kind. Master Sarzakisius is insulted and outraged. There are not many vices that can surpass the greed of demons, but pride is one of them. Imagine what tremendous power it has when the two are combined. As disgusting it is for me to give this advice, listen to me. If this scoundrel feels insulted, offer him gold, not as part of the deal, but rather as compensation for the insult and as recognition of his high status. Perhaps gold can compensate for the insult I've inflicted. The demon grumbling abates slightly, and a flicker of greed appears in his eyes. Master Sarkazisius finds your idea very reasonable. He kindly agrees to accept the sum of 30,000 gold to atone for the insult you've inflicted. Taking into account your unfamiliarity with local customs, Master Sarzakarsius will not demand your hand or eye in recompense. Reading. For his part, Master Sarzakasius. Wow. It's like they just took a bunch of letters, threw them into a blender, and took what came out as a name. Considers it undesirable to keep this dredge in his stock, for he was the cause of your disagreement. As a gesture of reconciliation, he would like to immediately release him and drive him out so this unpleasant incident might be considered settled and forgotten. Pay the 30,000 coins. Let's leave all grievances and misunderstandings behind. The tiefling translate Sarzakasi's satisfied snort, though it is wholly understandable, and understand its meaning perfectly well. Master Sarzakaski, or whatever the guy's name is, congratulates you on a successful purchase. The dredge approaches you, glancing cautiously around. He mumbles in a quiet voice so only you can hear his words. I have no idea why Shamira needs slaves, but from what I've heard, they don't live long. Becoming her property is a death sentence. No doubt about it. Meaning you saved me, so I guess the suture appears confused. It seems his miscreation is not accustomed to being shown mercy and simply doesn't know how to express his thanks. How were you captured? I've been wandering the lower city, searching for something. Never mind what. I mean, that's not what I meant to say. It's a personal matter. Yeah, that's the right way to put it. So I was roaming around, chatting with all and sundry when the slave hunters appeared and started chasing us. They threw those who survived in a cage and brought us here. This is a typical occurrence in the Abyss. Social dynamics, it's called. The strong enslave the weak. What will you do now? With a gloomy glance at you, the searcher gives a vague answer. I'll continue my search, I will. It won't be easy, but I'll prove to her I'm smarter and wilier than she thinks. The Dretch's expression is determined, even severe. What are you looking for? Well, Ariula is my guess. The Dretch throws a suspicious glance at you. Don't ask. That's none of your business. Very well. The suitor hesitates, nervously scratching the back of his neck. He repeatedly opens his mouth to say something, but nothing comes out. Finally, he starts to mumble incoherently. You. Just be careful. That's what I'm saying. With a martyr's sigh, the suitor turns around, relieved to lose himself once again in Alu Shinira's warren of alleyways. All right. Let's go talk to this one. Drunk slave trader. Oh yeah, that's what it is. Every once in a while I say who's talking. The disgustingly fleshy demon greets you with a wave of his arm encased in roll after roll of fat. Allow me to present my living wares, the finest household slaves to serve you and entertain you body and spirit. And they can even satiate even the most exquisite cravings. The demon accompanies his last claim with a voluptuous lip smacking, looking pleased. I'll buy the Aasimar slaves. Oh, I see you're a connoisseur. I'd like to warn you that these little birds will cost you a pretty penny. Their price scared off the madam of the 10,000 delights, but for Shamira, to whom I intend to sell these fresh Aasimar beauties, 50,000 is spare change. I'm willing to sell them to you for the same price. If we do not interfere, these women will be doomed by the celestial blood that flows in their veins. There is nothing more tantalizing for a demon than befouling, abusing, and destroying any being with ties to the upper planes. We have no right to stand by and leave these unfortunates to a terrible fate of torture and death. Pay 50,000 gold. Deal. The fat demon glows with happiness. You won't regret it. In the abyss, goods like these are a rarity. I wish you the most exquisite enjoyment of your purchase. If you wish, I can give you an excellent recipe for braised shanks. Just send one of your household slaves along to pick it up. The demon winks at you, then looks at the Aasimars with palpable longing. The slaves stare at you with a mixture of hope and fear in their eyes. Their faces drain of color as they wait for you to seal their fate. With a predatory gleam, Windwog's eyes rove over the beautiful Aasimars. So, we bought them, and we freed them. I wonder what reward we'll be getting for rescuing them. The freed slaves cower under the huntress's possessive gaze. You're incorrigible. Stop scaring them. They've suffered enough. Sela gives the Aasimar her friendliest smile. You're safe now. No one is going to hurt you. This wild-looking gal here was just jesting with you. Weren't you, Windwog? Sela gives the huntress a pointed look. Decided to take the little birds under your wing, have you? Well, just know, I don't let my prey out of my clutches that easily. Whisper the directions to the nexus to the slaves. Find the way to my camp. The Aasimar women look at you, their expressions piercing. You see a mixture of gratitude and awe in their eyes. Thank you, stranger. We did not expect any help in this terrible place. You will not forget it. You did a noble thing when you did not mention the weak when you did not abandon the weak in their hour of need. You have my deepest respect. All right. Now we found this little floating island over here. We're going to go explore that.
Let us be off. Something over there.
Got a trap. Let's go ahead and disarm it.
I'm glad I was useful to you.
Not going to loot. I don't think demons would mind, but I would. Hey, that's my escaped slave over there. Or maybe it's not. Who cares?
Do not waver.
Ah, who cares? Grab him. I could use a new thrall either way. Alright. Shoot this big guy. Ooh, let's shoot the succubus. Powers up.
I will resist.
Let's throw an acid bolt because why not? Oh, it did 3 damage. Wow.
Go.
I'll rip you apart!
Ah.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Oh wow, that was quite the blast there. That did a lot of damage to everybody. You need to die.
Prepare yourself.
That was some terrible rolling. This is almost over. I'm not going to waste your spells.
Go. Forwards.
Blue, no! Blue's feared.
Begone, fiend!
Desna, guide my hand.
Alright. Wait for Blue to get back here. Come on, Blue! Madmans are gone. Let's
Search for the
use
beauty of your
Soziel's.
heart, not your eyes.
Alright. Let's see, what do we got here? There, we got negative levels, negative stats. Alright. So let's grab 2 greater restoration scrolls. There's restoration. Where's the greater restorations? I just bought a bunch of them. Ah, there they are. Running low on them already. All right.
Let me help.
Drew the negative levels off of Joseph, and now off of Sela. All right.
Rely on me.
Now Sela needs some hit points back. So we'll down some potions. All right. Let's poke around. Oh, let's loot. Right, we got a +2 shortbow, +2 scimitar, robe of determination, +4 intelligence, bracers of armor 3, scimitar, full plate, and ring of protection 2. Let's see what that robe is. Cast a spell, the force taken to make fortitude. The DC is increased by 2. It also grants +2 overcome spell resistance, +4 concentration, and spell resistance. Wow, that's pretty nice. Yeah, definitely better than what she had on. All right. All right.
Let's move.
Up, down. Really, the only thing that changes here, okay? That looks pretty weird. Sure, if you sat here and clicked these things long enough in the right order, you get a bridge that goes across this instead of all these spikes. But I'm not that patient. All right.
Follow me.
Here. There's the Harem of Arden Dreams. Do we have a quest there? Friends, yep. Secure an audience in the Arden Dreams. Alexia's Mansion. That's Find the Echo. Nocticula. Shamavar. 10,000 Delights. Shalia. Alright, so it's not the 10,000 Delights, so that's not where we need to have. Alright, that's probably portal for this. Guard. First time here, a fearsome-looking succubus steps forward, blocking your path. Are you sure you're welcome here? This is the Harem of Arden Dreams, the Palace of Shamira, chief demoness of this city, after Nocticula, of course. But when did Nocticula ever care about our petty concerns? Bottom line, this palace belongs to the person who really runs everything around here. Got it? I wish to enter. The demon shrugs. You are known in this city. I don't think Shamira would deny you an audience. Come in. Oh, there we go. Was easier to get in than thought it would be. There's a lot of these big old honking guards. Short little map. No, just lava on either side. Commoner. Citizen, commoner. This does not look like a place you want to cause trouble, that's for sure. I guess we want to talk to her.
March on.
A red-haired, beautiful demon sits majestically on the throne, an aura of bright light blazing around her. It's not the gentle light-giving light that shines on Galorian. This light blinds, withers, makes a person burn with fever, draining their strength. And who do we have here? The latest wanderer from another world coming to seek my patronage? Shamira throws a casual glance at Arushilea and raises an eyebrow in surprise. So the rumors were true. Arushilea, you really are making friends with mortals now. I must admit, I found it hard to believe such a worthy daughter of the Abyss had fallen so low. Shamira falls silent but receives no answer. Well, not that I really care. Does the name Willidus mean anything to you? Yes, Willidus is well known and highly esteemed in Alu-Shinra. He is Nocticula's advisor and in charge of matters related to magic in Alu-Shinra. Shamira's voice grows irritated. That's why I would be happy to see the cursed dimwit doing some real work for a change. Instead, he's cowering in his palace because some Deskarites put a price on his head and hired a group of thugs from the lower city. Why should I have to pick up the slack for that pathetic coward? I have a few questions. With a sigh, Shamira hisses irritably under her breath. Curse Nocticula's hospitality for bringing these strangers from other planes to my city and my harem. I want to know more about Nocticula. Pursing her lips into a smug smile, Shamira answers with venom in her voice. What exactly are you expecting to hear from me, beyond what any other resident of Alu-Shinra could tell you? Yes, I am closer to Nocticula than anyone else, but do you really think I'll spill her secrets to you? Our Lady in Shadow doesn't like to be discussed behind her back, and the scope of her realm, the entire Midnight Isles, proves that her anger can be extremely dangerous. She is worshipped on many planes, including Galorian, right? At night, she sometimes comes to insane rapists and murderers, and paints in their minds pictures of immorality and horror, masterpieces of lust and despair. She is the first succubus, the most powerful and most seductive, the murderer of countless demon lords and usurpers of their abyssal realms. Over the bodies of her victims, she climbed to unbelievable heights, and now she stands far above her loathsome brother, Sokoth Benoth. Thus, she has proved that her victories were gained not just by her means of her power, but also by her great intelligence and willpower. What kind of a harem is this? Shamira snaps irritably. What do you think? Because I am Shamira, the Arden Dream, the chosen lover of the great Nocticula, every time she grows weary of plots and conspiracies and craves wild passion and warm caress, she comes here, to her harem. Doesn't the word harem mean a group of individuals always ready to copulate with their master or mistress of the harem? The name should accurately describe the function of the establishment. For instance, resident of a formal angel intended for copulation between the above-mentioned angel girl and Lady Nocticula, which also performs the functions of a city hall. I like Ninyo. I've seen you with Hepzimira in the flesh markets. Tell me about her. Hepzimira is an honored guest here in Alu-Shinra. I am not going to discuss her with every stranger I meet. How did you achieve such a high standing? You don't know my story. This explains why you're not on your knees before me. I was once a celestial being, and my fiery wings carried me from the upper planes to insignificant little worlds like your Galorian. I gifted fantasies and dreams, kindled flames in the wild minds of dreamers, and I loved it. Sometimes these fantasies took shapes too daring and unbridled, or so it seemed to me, but I made no effort to stop it. A dream is a bird, not a horse. You can't restrain it. You can only hurt it with your reins. The dreams I sowed were becoming more daring, bolder, and with them, I changed as well. One day, I rejected the limits imposed on me by my masters. In the world I was visiting, a wildfire of dreaming broke out. A dream so daring and so bold, it could come to fruition only through great atrocities and monstrous immoral deeds. I could have stopped it, but I didn't. I was mesmerized by this great vision. I didn't return to my world, so I would not be accepted. Indeed, I descended into the abyss, looking for someone who would truly appreciate me and the dreams that I bestow. Nocticula noticed my flame blazing over the dark waters of the ocean. She came for me and shrouded me in her shadows. That night was very memorable. Since then, I have served her and been her closest friend and her right hand. I have no more questions. Shamira responds with an icy smile. I was happy to satisfy your curiosity, you annoying and talkative mortal. I've come here seeking your patronage. Shamira looks you up and down with a contemptuous expression, then answers with a scoff. So what can you be to me, you foolish little mortal? The most powerful demons serve me. What can your pitiful self offer me that they can't? In your mind, Shamira's voice sounds calmer, though it is still arrogant. In truth, there is one thing you can help me with, Galorian, but the others mustn't know about it. Work for me, and I'll grant you a share of my attention and patronage. No doubt you've already heard of Naharindian Crystals, objects of astonishing power that grant their owners incredible abilities. Everyone in Alu Shinria knows they exist, but no one knows what they are or where to get them. No one except that smug cow, Shamira. I want you to find out what they are. My advice is to start searching in that pile of refuse known as the Lower City. Ask for Ziforian, my predecessor, now a beggar. If that pathetic wretch is still alive, he may know something. Now go, and don't bother returning until you have the information I need. Here, take my mark so that the arch near my palace will let you in. I don't want to waste my time waiting while you wind your way back through the streets of my city with valuable information. Your pack becomes a bit heavier as a new item appears inside it. The hand of the inheritor addresses you. An undercurrent of alarm is in his words. I see greed in the eyes of this fiend. She is ready to offer you a deal, and I sense that more than idle interest lies behind it. We both know Naharindian Crystals can make demons immensely powerful. We are pursuing Hepmazira to prevent her from creating and unleashing upon us an army of mythical monsters transformed by these crystals. Yet, if you reveal the secret of the crystals to Shamira, we risk simply trading one enemy for another. Our mission demands that we must make concessions, but it does not mean we must blindly obey every demon's request. Weigh each of Shamira's words, remember how cunning she is, and do not let her turn you into a tool that she can use to commit atrocities. Armor your heart and do only what you must, not what she, with all her promises and charms, will try to convince you to do. And be prepared to find a knife in your back at any moment. So, you and Shamira aren't friends, I take it? In your mind, Shamira's voice answers with an arrogant scoff. Be friends with that miserable cow? Of course not. I'm courting her to learn her secrets. but it's a constant struggle not to put her in her place. Baphomet's minions are far too bold here in Alu Shinria. Tell me about these crystals you're so interested in. You haven't heard of Naharindian Crystals? Ha! Are all Galorians so stupid and unobservant? They are purple crystals. Possessing them grants immense power. Unfortunately, only high-ranking servants of Baphomet know where to find them and how to use them. They use the crystals to gain tremendous power, and now they strut around Alu Shinria like they own the place. Why should I look for Ziforian? When I first heard about the crystals, it reminded me of the last days of Ziforian's rule. He was Nocticula's right hand before me. He was plotting a coup, and I was spying on him to turn him into Nocticula and take his position. I remember that he was trying to get his hands on a purple crystal of some kind, and that he eventually succeeded. I didn't pay much attention at the time, but the current situation makes me think perhaps it was a Naharindian crystal he was after. If so, Ziforian might know something about them. Where should I look for Ziforian? There is a note of disgust in Shamira's voice. In the depths. If he is still alive, the gravity of Nocticula's punishment would have dragged him to the very bottom of Alu Shinria. Dig through the garbage. Talk to the vagrants and beggars. You surely don't expect me to do it, do you? Why did you choose me for this mission? Shamira answers with an exasperated sigh. Because you are neither a demon nor a resident of Alu Shinria. You are a wild card, an insignificant Galorian. No one is interested in your exploits, and you will not draw any unnecessary attention. You are not bound in service to any demon, and therefore, if you dig up any information, you will bring it to the one who will pay you the most for it. That is to say, me. You won't run to your master because you don't have one. At least not here in the Abyss. If I give this task to one of my servants, I could be sure of only one thing. They would sell the information about my interest to my enemies, and then, if they learned anything about the crystals, they would use that information to benefit themselves instead of bringing it to me. Everything is clear to me. Wonderful, because this conversation begins to bore me. Well, we're not going to show her the knife. That's crazy stuff. All right, I have to go. Go now and come back when you have something useful. My time is precious, and I can't waste it on every mortal who fancies a chat. All right, so now we have to go find what's-his-face. Is that one? No. List, that's when we finished. Art of Making Friends. Alright. Find Ziforian. Alright, let's just go over here. Just teleport down. Let's go to the Bad Luck Tavern. Alright. Of course, as soon as I grab my cup to get a drink is when we pour it in. Let's see here. Show me your wares. This is more of a selling thing as opposed to a buying thing. Just going to sell the stuff that's like pluses, non-names like that. And then there's a couple pieces of armor. There we go. Just a couple real quick things. He doesn't have anything I want to buy. Deal. See if he knows anything about Ziforian. Looking for Ziforian. Do you know where he is? Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. It's not my place to gossip with customers. I'm an innkeeper, not a spy. So buy yourself something to drink and stop wasting my time. Got a special liquor you could try. A true rarity. 100,000 gold. Holy crap. No deal. Fair point. What kind of an idiot would pay 100,000 gold for some dubious swill? Well, perhaps the same kind willing to pay for information about that long dead whoreson who once ruled the city. Yeah, I'm paying 100,000. Oh god, but I got no. I'm leaving. Piss off, the stranger. Stay away from the diseased. If you want to try some crap here, I won't let you in. Yeah, that's like over half of what I got. We'll see if we can find something else. That was crazy. Oh, I know. We'll go to the Battle Bliss. Maybe that guy knows something, because it was marked with an asterisk. Now, I don't know if it was marked simply because it led to the lower city or not, but let's check it out. And then if I am paying 100 grand, that's crazy. Insane, 100 grand for that. That's almost all my loot. I don't know if we still have to do Crusader stuff, you know, as far as moving the armies once we get out of the Abyss or not. How can I be of assistance? Well, he didn't know anything. I'm trying to enslave my companion Soziel and his brother. We took care of that, didn't we? Ah, that was a rash decision. Please accept my apologies. Such behavior was unprofessional of me. It's just that he would make a perfect addition for the arena. I would have made sure he was given the best care, and he would have been accepted to the Naharindian League without question. In fact, he would not be risking his life any more than he already does as your companion, and he would be living in far more comfortable conditions. However, I can see that my words have failed to persuade you, so please forgive me, champion, and don't punish me too severely. Alright. I have to go. Well, I was hoping he would have something. Commoner. No, alright. Let's boogie. Boogie. See if we can find someone that'll know this place without so we don't have to pay 100,000 gold. Holy freaking hell, that was a lot. There's a beggar. Let's check with the beggar. Beggar raises his eye to you. What you want? Who are you? A beggar screwed over by fate. Can't you see for yourself? Tell me what you need or piss off. How can I find Ziforian? Eh? Who? Who's that? Never heard of anyone by that name. And if anyone has heard of him, they won't be telling you anyway. You might find a beggar in the lower city who would be willing to chat with you, but before you find him, you'll have worn through those nice boots of yours. That's a good pair of boots. It'd be a shame if you ruined them. How about you just give them to me instead, huh? Maybe a small donation would jog your memory. Know what? Better be on your way now. I don't need no money and no shady deals with you. I don't want to know what you're looking for. I'm leaving. Yeah, get lost. Look for this Zaf for that freak you're looking for somewhere else. If you want him that bad, ask around. Maybe someone saw him, but leave me alone. Can't beg with you hanging around. Popped up. I missed the little... Ask for information at the Bad Luck Inn. Yeah, they want a ton of money. Find someone among the muggers. Beggars. Yeah, we're going to keep looking at beggars because I don't want to pay. That's a ton of money. Nope. That beggar don't know nothing.
Onwards.
Look at this stuff already. Yep. Nope. Not that beggar. Nope. Not that beggar.
Let us be off.
Not that beggar. Can't even click on that beggar. Nope, not that beggar.
Let's move.
That leads all the way up.
I finished here. Is there more?
Not that beggar. Not that beggar. Not that beggar.
What's that?
Hate to pay $100,000. Not that beggar. Not that beggar. All right. Oh, I don't want to pay that guy money. There. Not that beggar. There we go. There's a beggar in here. The beggar unleashes a stream of angry curses. Look at this stupid Galorian strutting around and pestering everyone with his stupid questions. Can't even beg for alms in peace. What do you want? Are you doing this for laughs? There's not a beggar in the lower city you haven't harassed. What was it you wanted to know again? Come on, ask away, then piss off. Who are you? A dog of war, mutilated and depraved of everything I had by the cruel Mendev Crusaders. Ha! Care to spare a coin? You don't seem too willing to share information. Why should we tell you anything? Who are you demanding answers from us? Just strutting around, badgering everyone, getting in the way of good, honest begging? The only information I have for you is where you can shove your stupid questions. Have you heard of Ziforian? Well, maybe there was a fellow with such a name, or maybe there wasn't. I don't know, and the others don't know either. What's your problem with us? Just go ask in the middle city. You can even search for him in Shamira's dark hole, for all I care. Leave us alone. Do you know where I can find Ziforian? Yes or no? I don't know, and no one else knows either. Just leave us alone. Go ask the man in charge. Maybe he knows where this Ziforian of yours is. If he doesn't, then no one does. As soon as you see our gang, start asking around. Our boss never walks by himself. There's always a crowd with him. I have to go. Right, go away. Far away. Please, and stop pestering us, would you? Alright. Find the leader of the Beggars. Well, this looks like a gang of them. The dead eye of the beggar watches you closely. They hold out their hands and repeat a well-practiced euphemism. Spare a coin, stranger. Be careful with them. These beggars are different than the ones on Galorian. They were rejected even by the Society of the Abyss. Just imagine what type of person you must be if demons don't want to deal with you. They're not as helpless as they may seem, and their leader is untouchable. They say even the Lady in Shadows sometimes seeks his counsel, and some say that it is Alushidria herself who has assumed the form of an ordinary demon in order to communicate with those who inhabit her. Alright, let's see what I got here. Perception of 37, I need a 10. Well, the diplomacy's probably the one to go with. Who among you wishes to earn gold? Whoever takes me to Ziforian will be richly rewarded. Your words magically draw an entire crowd of beggars to you. Their eyes light up as they thrust out their dirty palms. A whisper runs through the crowd. Hey, deep pockets! Care to share some gold? Gimme, gimme, gimme! You definitely managed to draw the vagrants' attention, but they do not appear to be in a hurry to share any of their information. Alright? Need an 11 on that one. Need a 17 on that one. Need a 12 on that one. Holy smokes, these are all going to be tough. Let's try the easiest one, the knowledge world. Try to figure out who's in charge of this unruly mob. Failed. All vagrants look similar. Dirty, emaciated, covered in scabs, and casting envious glances at you. Perception. Study the beggars' faces. Failed. It's hard to read anything on an exhausted, dirty face of these destitute beings. There is nothing but dull anger, humiliating fear, and a burning greed flickering in their eyes as they look at your coin purse. Well, I guess we're going to grab the nearest beggar and shake him till his teeth rattles. Answer me now. Does anyone here know Ziforian? And that one failed as well. The vagrant opens his toothless mouth and laughs in your face. You call that a beating, stranger? We're not beaten, torn, burned, drowned, strangled, cut, and stabbed. They've wiped their shoes on us, eaten us, and pissed on us. What more do you think you can do? The only thing you can do is dirty your squeaky clean hands. You are of no use at all. The beggars mutter in frustration, then return to their usual business of begging and cursing. Several gobs of spit land at your feet, but they are launched with such dexterity you cannot detect who is responsible for the insult. A beggar who, despite his foul rags, behaves like the monarch of these squalid slums, speaks sternly to you. If you want to buy information, go to the bad luck. Beggars do not trade in gossip. They don't sell anything at all. They merely beg for alms and give others a chance to lift them out of poverty. Go away and do not bother us again. That means I gotta spend 100 grand on Doofus head. Alright, well, we're about the hour mark. Let's go ahead and stop here and we're going to talk to Doofus head afterwards. I hate giving him money, but I think we're going to have to. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. I appreciate any and all of it. I have been Sir Joseph. You guys have been awesome. Until next time, stay safe out there, and I'll talk to you later.